Good morning. I'm Shanti, lecturer in English from TTRRDC Women's Kothagudem. So, before going to start my topic, I would like to say something about sounds of language. So, sounds of language. In every language, we have a letters, and those letters give sounds. With the help of those sounds, only we can speak, right? So likewise in our English language also we have letters. With the help of those letters we are speaking and we can pronounce the words. So while we are speaking we are using those sounds. That's why we can call them as a speech sounds, right? So now I'm going to teach about the topic that is related to sounds, that is phonetics. Yes, phonetic language, international phonetic alphabets. So phonetics. So in this session I'm going to teach about the phonetics introduction and the definitions, and why the study of phonetics is important, and also branches of phonetics, international phonetic alphabet, classification of phonetics, and the last, phonetic transcription of the words. So with the help of all these things like phonetic alphabets, we can transcribe the words into phonetic transcription. So how it will be, we'll see, and we'll look into topics. First one, phonetics, the science which studies the characteristics of human sound making, especially those sounds only used in speech, and provides the methods for their description, classification, and transcription. So this is a definition that was made by David Crystal. According to him, this is a studies and characteristics of human sound making, right? This is the definition of the phonetics. So in general, what is the meaning of phonetics? Means we have a word phonetics. This word, in this we have a two syllables, phone and tics. So what is the meaning of first syllable phone? Phone means is a sound, and tic means is a scientific and the systematic study of something. Systematic study of something, and it's a science of speech sounds. So these speech sounds aim is to provide the set of features can be used to describe and also distinguish the sounds used in human language. So this is a general meaning of phonetics, and we can say the phonetic means it's a scientific and systematic study of human sounds like speech sounds, and it is a general study of speech sounds, how they are produced, how they are transmitted, and how they are received. Next, why the study of phonetics is important? Means what is the important to study phonetics? What is the usage of this phonetics in our English language? We have letters and the sounds. Then why these phonetics? Means if a student learner of pronunciation, he can learn these phonetics, he can point out the mistakes of the learner's pronunciation, and also with the help of these things he can help them to learn the correct form of that word pronunciation. And a student can differentiate the sounds of the English from those of their mother tongue influence while they are pronouncing the words. So why this? Why? That's why the students can learn this kind of phonetic symbols and transcription. Now I'm going to say about branches of phonetics. In phonetics also we have some branches. 3 branches are there. So the study of phonetics can be divided into 3 main branches. So what are those? Acoustic phonetics, articulatory phonetics, and auditory phonetics. Here articulatory phonetics means these phonetics are sounds. These phonetic sounds came from our human organs only. So acoustic phonetics means these phonetics are study or all the physical things. It's a field of physics. Next, auditory phonetics, it's related to the auditory nerve system, and it's linked with our brain. So we'll link with the brain. So we'll see in detail. It's a branch of phonetics. Phonetics, articulatory phonetics, acoustic phonetics, auditory phonetics. So these are all three branches of our phonetics. Next, articulatory sounds. Articulatory sounds. The field of articulatory phonetics is a subfield of phonetics. Subfield means it is a branch of phonetics. It's a one kind of phonetics, and it is the study of sounds which deals with the articulation of sounds. Based on the articulation of sounds only, we can categorize the branches. Here it deals with only the articulation of sounds. So articulation is nothing but a production of our sounds. So these individual speech sounds are articulated. So in this case, the air and the human speech, the organs. So what kind of organs? The vocal tracts plays a very important role in the production of every individual speech sounds. Means these vocal cords or human organs are plays a very important role while we are pronouncing some sounds and words. So it is also the study of the way of vocal organs are used to produce speech sounds. So these are all the articulatory sounds or articulatory phonetics. Then what are articulators? So articulators are those organs of speech which used to produce the different kinds of sounds. Articulators are those organs of speech which we use to produce various kinds of sounds. Okay, while we are pronouncing these articulator phonetics, our organs, human organs are articulated and human organs are vibrated and they are responded. And for example, what are the human organs we have? Like lips, teeth, tongue, nose, palate, hard palate, soft palate, nasal cavity, lungs and vocal cords. So while we are producing any kind of phonetic, these human organs are vibrated and these human organs are responded. That's why we can call them as articulator phonetics. Is it clear? Next, we'll move to second branch of phonetic, that is acoustic phonetics. Acoustic means it's audible or hearing. It's a audible or hearing. It is the study of transmission or physical properties of speech sound. So in the first branch, what we have discussed, we have discussed about the human organ speech sounds. But in the second branch, we are saying about the physical properties of speech sounds. Physical properties. So what are the physical properties? Those properties such as sound waves, frequency, intensity and duration. So these are all the physical properties. So while we are producing this kind of phonetics, all these properties are helpful to produce a sound. Here the phonetician. So a phonetician is interested in the way in which vintage the air vibrates between the mouth and the speaker and the ear of the listener. So here just the air from our mouth, of the speaker and ear of the listener. These two are the physical properties. So while we are speaking a word, while we are pronouncing the word, the air comes out from our mouth. This air, it moves to the ear of the listener. So this is the physical transmission of the sounds from mouth to ear of the listener. So it is a very important, and it's important to have the knowledge of this kind of phonetics and important to have the knowledge of electronics, physics and mathematics. So all these are all the physical properties. While we are producing these kinds of sounds, all these physical properties are very helpful to produce the different kinds of sounds. This is about the second branch of our phonetics, that is acoustic phonetics. And next, what is the third one? third one is auditory phonetics. So auditory phonetics. Auditory means it's a audible. How we can hear something with the perception, right? So it's a one kind of phonetics. It's a branch of phonetics, and it studies sound perception. How a listener perceives and understands a sound is called a auditory phonetics. While I'm pronouncing some words, so these sounds are perceived by the listener. Means a listener receives these sounds, and after receiving the sounds, he understands a message. He understands a sound. Is called a auditory phonetics. So it is the study of human hearing system. Human hearing system, the anatomy and physiology of the human ear and brain. So here in this there is a link between the ear and the brain. Ear and it receives the sound, and brain understand the sound, right? Next, it is concerned with the perception and recognition. It is the perception and recognition of sounds by human ear. It focuses on the way in which the sounds are heard and interpreted. So if we receive the sound through the ear, and after receiving the sound we can interpret that sound and understand the sound only with the help of brain. So after understanding the sound, and we can assess that sound, and we can speak another one. So that is the link between the ear and the brain. Next, through this auditory the ear sends those sounds to the brain. So after receiving the sounds, our ear nerve system can sends the sounds to the brain. Why? To interpret the sound, to understand the sound. So the mind interprets these sounds, and the message is said to be received. So this is a auditory phonetics. So in this auditory phonetic, we have a connection between the ear and the brain. In the acoustic phonetics, we have a connection between the mouth of the speaker and the ear of the listener. Here in this second branch, just we focus on the sound waves frequency. It's a physical property. But in the auditory, it's a human thing, property, that is the nerve system, ear and the brain of the human, right? So these are all the three branches of phonetics. While we are pronouncing the sounds, so our human organs and our physical properties and other perception of a human being, all these are plays a very important role to produce different kinds of sounds, and with the help of all these things only we can interpret those sounds and we can speak more sounds. So this is about the branches of phonetics. Next we'll move to the international phonetic alphabet. So here in our English language we have alphabets, right? So like this, in this international phonetic alphabet also we have. So in this, how many alphabets we have? As usual, from the 26 letters only, these 26 letters gives 44 sounds. These 44 sounds, just this alphabet gives some symbols. Actually, this international phonetic alphabet is developed in the 19th century. Why it was developed means to accurately represents the pronunciation of the language. Only it focus on the pronunciation of the language. And this alphabet, and what is the purpose of this alphabet means, this alphabet, why it has introduced means it is to provide the unique symbol for each distribution of the sound in our English language. We have a different sounds. For every sound it provide a unique symbol. With the help of symbol we can write the transcription of the word, right? So you can see in our dictionaries also we have a phonetic transcription, and these phonetic symbols to give a pronunciation of the words, and using these symbols is called a phonetic transcription. So with this alphabet only we can write the transcription of the word. after writing the transcription of the word, we can pronounce the word properly and we can pronounce the word in a correct way. So this is a alphabet, and this is the importance of International Phonetic Alphabet. And this International Phonetic Alphabet primarily first uses only Roman characters for the symbols, and other letters are borrowed from the different scripts like Greek and Latin. Okay, first primarily uses only the Roman characters for the unique symbols. He takes some symbols from the Roman, after that Greek and Latin. So this is the International Phonetic Alphabet. Next, in our English we have 26 letters. Those 26 letters gives the 44 sounds. So in phonetic language we can say them as a phonemes. A phoneme means it's the smallest unit of a sound. A smallest unit of a sound is called a phoneme. So in this IPA, means International Phonetic Alphabet, we have 44 phonemes. So these speech sounds 44 can be divided into two types. So what are those two? First one is vowels, second one is consonants. These 44 divided into vowels are 20, consonants are 24. Now we'll see one by one. First we'll look into the vowels. This is a diagram regarding the sounds, means phonemes are 44 and 20 vowels, 24 consonants. These are all the vowels. So here in the first line what we have a symbols of the vowel sounds, and in the second line we have a example words. Now I will pronounce every symbol and you can observe while I am pronouncing the symbol. First one is like I write, but we have to pronounce like this, E. Second one is E. Third one, O. Fourth one, O. Next, A. Next, A. Next, it's like E, but we have to pronounce like A. Next one, about. Then, O. So like this we have to pronounce these symbols. Now observe the every word. So what is the first word? Seat. So this E sound in this word we get in the middle position, right? Seat. And second one, E. Sit. This sound also we get in the middle of this word. Foot. You. Sat. A. Cup. A. Pen. A. About. A. Bird. A. Four. Part. A. Hot. So like this, with the help of these symbols, and we can pronounce the words in correct way. Next, so all these are all the vowel sounds are 20, are divided into two types, monophthongs and diphthongs. And again these monophthongs are divided into two types, long vowels and short vowels. So how many long vowels? 5 are long vowels and 7 are short vowels. And here based on the pronunciation we can categorize them like this: monophthongs, diphthongs, long vowels and short vowels. Monophthongs, and we can call them as pure vowels. Monophthongs we can call them as pure vowels. How many pure vowels we have? We have 12 pure vowels. these are long vowels, these are short vowels. So what are monophthongs? Why are they called pure vowels? What are long and short vowels? How are they pronounced? So we'll see one by one. So what are monophthongs? What are monophthongs? What are monophthongs? So if the quality of a vowel sound it doesn't change, you can say it is a pure vowel. Means while we are pronouncing a vowel sound, if there is no change, while we are pronouncing the word, there is no change. Means quality means it is a term in our phonetics, and that refers to the property that makes one vowel from another, one vowel sound from another. It doesn't change, just it has a single sound, single vowel sound. That's why we can call it as a monophthongs. Okay, here we have a chart. Monophthongs. In this also we have a two syllables. First one is mono and second one is thongs. So mono means we all know the meaning of that. Mono is a single, and next thongs means it's a sound, means it's a single vowel sound. And the quality of that a single vowel sound, it does not change. It does not change. That's why we can call it as a pure vowel. So I have already explained you, and while we are pronouncing that vowel sound, there is no shift, there is no move from one sound to another sound. Why? Because just we have only the one sound here. That's why there is no move from one thing to another thing, and the position of our tongue and mouth are remains the same while we are pronouncing that particular vowel sound, right? That's why we can call it as a monophthongs. While we are pronouncing that word, or while we are uttering that sound or vowel, particular vowel sound, the position of our mouth and tongue are remain same. There is no change at all. There is no shifting from one sound to another sound. That's why we can call it as a monophthongs. As usual, I have said these 12 monophthongs are divided into two types, long and short vowels. So here we have a long and short vowels. So how many long vowels we have? 5 long vowels and 7 short vowels. Like vowels, now I am going to pronounce every symbol. First one is long vowel. You can observe all these vowels. This we have two lines, these two slashes. We have to put a phonetic symbol in these between two slashes. So this is a correct symbol of long vowel. A and 2 dots, U 2 dots, reverse C 2 dots, I dots, and reverse 3 2 dots. So you can observe all these sounds and all these symbols. Long vowels have 2 dots. Okay, while we are pronouncing these symbols, you can use this one tip. If we may get a symbol has 2 dots, you can consider as those sounds are long vowel sounds. So I'll pronounce every symbol. First one is A, second one O, and next one E, O. So these are all the long vowels. Next, coming to the short vowels. A, E, A, E, U, A. So these are all the short vowels. Next one, long vowels. So why we can call them as a long vowels means these are all the various examples to understand the pronunciation of the long vowels. Means while we are pronouncing these sounds, our prediction, our articulation is different comparing to the short sounds. So here As usual, we have some examples. This is the symbol of and the sound of A. Example is palm. So in this word palm, we get the A sound in the middle of the word palm. And second one is calm. Third one, cart. So for every word, just we get that kind of sound only in the middle of the word. That's why just put the symbol in the middle of the every word. Palm, calm, cart. So these are all the symbols of long vowels and the examples with the phonetic transcription. We'll see one by one. What is the first one? First one is the sound is it's a long vowel. Example, palm, calm, cart. Second one is oo. It's a long form of oo, cool, fool, food. Next, a cause, cause, call, all. E, read, seat, wheat. A, earn, earn, learn, turn. So all these are all the long vowels. Example. So if you observe all these phonetic transcription, just the symbol put in the middle of the word. Why? Because while we are pronouncing this word, we get that sound only in mid of the word. That's why the symbol is put in the mid of the word. So these are all the long vowels. Next tab is short vowels. These vowels are not pronounced in longer way. They are called as short vowels. And next, we all know about the symbols of short vowels and examples of pronunciation of the symbols. So here we have a short vowels. First one is, as I have said earlier, a. So example word, English word, that is about, about. Ago, ago. Letter, letter. E, pit, sit, kit. A, mud, bus, cup, shut. A, lot, cot, dot, pot. A, bed, head, red, get. O, foot, good, cook, look. A, bad, cat, mat, rat. So these are all the symbols and the pronunciation of short vowels, and you can observe all the English words and their transcription here. About. So here the sound of the short vowel a, that sound we get in the beginning of the word. At the beginning of the word only we get that sound a, b, out, out, ago, letter. So while we are pronouncing a word, if we get that kind of vowel or short or long vowel, we should replace that sound with this symbol. So these are all the short vowels. Next one is diphthongs. Diphthongs. As usual, we all know the meaning of thongs. Thongs means it's a sound. Here, die. Die means it's a two. Dual means in the monophthong just we have only the single sound and there is no shifting from one sound to another sound. But here in this diphthongs we have a shifting, means it's a smooth shifting, it's a smooth glide from one vowel sound to another vowel sound. In this diphthongs also we have only the two vowel sounds, but in the monophthongs we have only the one sound, but here we have two different sounds, and it's a moving from one vowel sound to and the second vowel sound. If we join together we get a one diphthong. So how many diphthongs we have? We have 8 diphthongs. Now we'll see diphthongs. So these are all the 8 diphthongs and their symbols. You can observe in every symbol we have a two vowels, long or short. Only short vowels are here. First one is E, A. Ear. We have to pronounce like this only. These two symbols. E is a vowel sound, one vowel, and A is a second one. Ear. We have to pronounce to combine both sounds. Ear. Next, A. Third one. Ear. I. Ua. Oi. Ow. Ow. Ear, day, pair, 5, cure, boy, go, cow. Oh, go, cow. There is a slight difference between go, cow. Cow, in this just we get the sound ow, but in this word go, oh, go, go, cow. So you have to observe the pronunciation of every diphthong. If you know the corrective pronunciation of every symbol, we can write the transcription easily and we can pronounce every word in correct way. Next, the category is a consonant speech, means consonant sounds, and these consonant sounds are articulated with a complete or partial closure of our vocal tract. Maybe a complete or partial closure of a vocal tract. A consonant sound makes a block of air as it leaves the body. Means this is a thing happen while we are producing this kind of consonant sounds. So how many consonants we have? We have 24 consonant sounds. So these are all the consonant sound symbols and example English word and the transcription of the word. So here first one is sound is p, b, t, d, f, v, th, d, m, n, ing, h, ch, j, k, g, s, z, sh, gsh, la, ra, v, y. So like this we have to pronounce all these consonant symbols. Next, examples of every sound we have for p, pin, b, bad, t, tin, d, dog, f, 5, v, van, th, thin, th, that, m, man, n, nose, ing, thing, half, church, jam, k, kind, g, gun, say, z, zoo, ship, measure, la, leg, ra, run, work, yeah, yes. So these are all the sounds of consonants. So out of 24 symbols, just we have only some symbols are different from our English alphabet. You can observe the sounds th, the, ch, j, sh, j and ya. Only these sounds and these symbols are different from our English alphabet letters. Right? These are all the 24 consonant sounds. So again, these consonant sounds are divided into two types, voiced and unvoiced sounds, unvoiced consonants. And why we can call them as voiced and why we can call them as unvoiced means, while we are producing this kind of consonant sounds, our vocal cords are vibrated. If the vocal cords are vibrated, we can say those are voiced consonants. Those are voiced consonants. If your vocal cords do not vibrate while you are producing that consonant sound, you can say those are unvoiced consonants or voiceless consonant sounds. So like this, based on the vocal cord vibration only, we can categorize these consonant sounds. As usual, voiced and unvoiced consonant sounds. Here voiced consonants and the unvoiced consonants list. So voiced b, b. So you can observe while I am pronouncing the voiced consonants, your vocal cord should be vibrate. B, b, th, d, z, j, j, g. So while we are producing these sounds, our vocal cords are vibrated. That's why we can call them as a voiced consonants. Next one, unvoiced consonants. You can observe our vocal cords are not vibrate. Pa, fa, ta, the, th, th, sa, sha, cha, ka. So these are all the voiced and unvoiced consonant sounds, symbols. Examples. Voiced consonants: ma, main, small, some. Na, nice, no, snake, sun. Ing, ring, anger, sing. R, right, sorry, arrange. L, late, cloud, feel. V, one, wet, swim. Y, it, beauty, few. So these are all the voiced consonants with examples, and we have some more voiced consonants here. B, bit, clubs, jaw. D, day, ladder, lid. G, get, eggs, bag. V, view, heavy, move. The, this, other, cloth. J, pleasure, vision. J, judge, age, large. Judge, age, large. So these are all the voiced consonants, symbols and the examples. Next one is unvoiced consonant sounds and the symbols with examples here. P, pin, spin, happen. Fan, coffee, half. Fan, coffee, half. Th, thin, months, bhat. Th, toy, stone, seed. Sip, taste, was. Ship, wished, fresh. Chain, match, teach. Key, clock, school and talk. So these are all the unvoiced consonants which we have in our consonant sounds. Okay, so all these with symbols, letters and the sounds, we need a correct pronunciation while we are speaking, right? So for the correct pronunciation we need this kind of phonetic transcription and the phonetic symbols and the sounds. As usual, we have some letters, so with the help of letters only we get some sounds. So based on the sounds, the IPA introduced some symbols, right? So with the help of all these things we can form a transcription of every word. With the help of the transcription of that every word, we can pronounce a word in a correct way. So correct pronunciation. For the correct pronunciation we need the letters and the sounds and the symbols of phonetics and the phonetic transcription, and finally we get the correct pronunciation of a word. Okay, next, phonetic transcription. So this written in IPA, in which each English sound has its own symbol. This IPA introduced and it provide a unique symbol for every sound. For every English sound has their own symbol. These symbols are developed by the IPA. And phonetics gives us the way to write the words as they are pronounced. So with the help of these phonetics, then we can write the words as they are produced. Next, it means when you write the words and as they are pronounced using these sound symbols is called a phonetic transcription. So while we are writing any word in the phonetic transcription with the use of all these vowels, consonants, long and short vowels, it is called a phonetic transcription. So this transcription helps us to pronounce a word in a correct way. When we can pronounce a word in a correct way? Only if we know all the sounds, or if we know all the sounds of the every symbol, then only we can pronounce a word in a correct way. Next, here phonetic transcription means it's a visual representation of speech sounds. Means where while I'm producing any sound, z or cha, ja, for that sound, this transcription gives a symbol. It's a representation of the speech sounds. And the most common type of transcription is the alphabet, that is a international phonetic alphabet. With the help of this alphabet only we can write a transcription to pronounce a word in a proper way. Next, here I have a symbol, word and the IPA transcription. So here you can observe all these symbols and words and IPA transcription. So here IPA symbol means International Phonetic Alphabet. In this we have a consonant symbols are there. Only consonants are there. First word is P. Okay, first symbol is for the sound of P. Example of English word is spit. Spit. So while I am pronouncing that spit word, we get that P sound in the middle of the word, and here we have to write the whole word in the transcription. So if you know all the symbols, all the sounds of symbols, then only you can write the transcription here. So for the S sound, again we have a S symbol in our alphabet, S. For the P sound, P, E, T. So for the E, short E, short vowel E, next T, spit, spit. So like this you have to write the transcription of English word. B, bib, B, E, B means B, bib. T, stuck, stuck. So while I'm pronouncing this word stuck, sir is there and t is there, a. Instead of u, c, k, just we are using the a. It's a short vowel a, and then for the ka sound we are using the k consonant symbol, stuck. So in the transcription block, just we are seeing all the phonetic symbols, all the phonetic alphabets only, not the English letters. But I have said already I have said to you, just all the English words are, all the English letters are same in our phonetic alphabet also. Only the some symbols are different from our English alphabets. D, dip, dip. K, skip, skip. G, get, get. So for the A sound, again we have a different symbol in our phonetic symbols. So get. So these are all the symbols and the examples of phonetic transcription of the words. Like this you have to transcribe the every word, English word, into the phonetic transcription. You can observe your dictionary and you'll get all these kinds of transcriptions. Next here, phonetic transcription. Here word and the transcription. Here English words are here action. Okay, action. Action is a English word and the transcription of the word is action. A, k, sh, a, n. Action. So in phonetic alphabet, means in the phonetic alphabets we don't have any C word, like the C word. If we get a C pronounced like k, we should use only the k sound in the transcription. There is no C symbol in the phonetic alphabet. If we get a C letter in the English word, if we pronounce that C letter like a k, you just write a transcription as a k sound, k sound. That's why here we have a k, action. And you can observe next one, bank, bank, bank. B, a, ng, ka, bank. Like this you can write this transcription. Next one is cry, cry. So I have already said to you, the C replaced with the ka sound, k, right? Cry, cry. Next, may, may. Just we call it as a may, right? But the correct pronunciation of the word may is may, may. Next one is question, question. So if we get a ka sound while we are pronouncing any word, just we can use a k symbol in the transcription. K, question. For the wa sound we have a w, right? So question, a, question. Sha sound, sha, a, na, question. Next, unhappy, unhappy, unhappy. So in our English word, if we may get it two same letters like pp, so on that time you just use only the one letter. While you are writing a transcription of that English word, you should use only the single letter. So this is a phonetic transcription of the words. Next, so these are all the key points what I have discussed earlier. So as usual, just I have discussed about the phonetics. So phonetics, what is the purpose of phonetics? Means these purpose of phonetics is to pronounce the words in a correct way. Okay, and this is a very important to the learners of English language. With the help of this phonetics only, they can pronounce every word in a proper way, and they can point out the pronunciation of others and they make them correct. And also we can distinguish our pronunciation with our mother tongue influence. Only with the help of phonetics only we can do all these things. So in this also we have a branches of phonetics, like articulatory, acoustic, and next one is auditory phonetics. So these are all the three branches of our phonetics, right? So based on our articulation, prediction of our sounds, then only the division is there, that is a branches of phonetics. After that we have seen a IPA. Without IPA we can't frame a phonetic transcription and we can't learn a phonetic sounds. IPA, International Phonetic Alphabets. This has introduced in 19th century only for the purpose of pronunciation of our English language, and they developed some symbols for every sound in our language. They provide a symbols for every sound in our language. So these sounds, from where we get all these sounds means from our alphabets only. So we have 26 alphabet letters only, but these 26 letters gives a 44 sounds. Okay, for these sounds our IPA developed some symbols. Okay, developed some symbols. Those symbols are called as a alphabet of phonetics. Okay, again these sounds, 44 sounds divided into two types as usual, vowels and the consonants. In the vowels also we have a long and short vowels, and in the vowels monophthongs and diphthongs based on the numbering of the vowel sounds. Mono means as a single, di means as a dual, two. So like this we have a division, vowels and consonant sounds. And next we have seen all the phonetic transcription of the words also. So this is the about all phonetics and the phonetic sounds and phonetic transcription of the words. So with the help of all these phonetics only we can pronounce the word in a correct way. So this is very important to every student to learn this topic, to pronounce every word in a proper way. So they can rectify their mistake. If is there any mother tongue influence also, they can rectify all these mistakes while the student can pronounce the word properly. So this is about the phonetics. And thank you. Here also you can observe the transcription of the word thank you. So we have a consonant symbol here. A, it's a vowel symbol. Ing, it's a consonant. K is also a consonant. Ya is also a consonant. But here we have a O is a long vowel. So with the help of all these symbols only we can write a transcription of the word thank you. So like this you can try the transcription of the every word and the pronounce the word correctly, and you can write your name in this phonetic transcription. And also I tried my name also. Okay, thank you for giving this opportunity.
उनको कैसे बना